God.
Hi, sisters!
Okay. What was I about to say? Okay. Interesting. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Zach. I honestly wanted to kind of make a little video today about how and what I do to manifest my dream life, my desires, everything that I have manifested thus far, because I made a video like this about a year ago and it honestly did really, really well. So I was kind of thinking, you know, I feel like I have developed my craft a little bit more. My perspective has definitely shifted on certain topics and techniques. And I honestly just wanted to kind of share what I do to manifest and how I attract all of my desires on a daily basis. So let's get right into it. Just a very basic description of some of the things that I have manifested so that I kind of have a little bit of credit behind my words. They have a little bit of more impact and weight behind them because obviously I am just a stranger to most of you on the internet. But starting off strong, growing up was very, very heavy and overweight, and I was very unhealthy in my daily lifestyle. I had a horrible relationship with food, and I honestly was always struggling and depressed with my body and my image. I manifested losing over 120 pounds in less than a year, so that is about 10 pounds per month if you do the math, and about 3 pounds per week, naturally and healthily. And honestly, the only regret that I have is that by manifesting that fast, I actually had some leftover loose skin. However, that is also being manifested away, and
the abs are starting to show. So
I have manifested some of my dream jobs that I actually have right now, and I've manifested extra money coming in on checks. In fact, I actually had a check that was only supposed to be like $400, $500. I'd only worked like 3 days or something, and I actually got $1.4 thousand from that check. And when I asked my manager about it, they could not give me a reason why, and even HR was confused. And honestly, at that point, I just dropped it. I was like, oh my God, it's just my manifestations. Anyways, people in my life, certain experiences with relationships, certain partners, certain friends that I now get to wonderfully experience. If you're watching this, hello ladies and Sammy. And yeah, it has honestly just been an amazing life so far. I feel like my life changes so fast, and every month I feel like I am in some type of new season where I am dealing with new experiences, where new miracles and blessings are just flowing into my life. And honestly, I do feel like my life is just always getting better. And I really wanted to share that with you guys today, and what I do and how I live my life, so that, you know, hopefully I can inspire someone, at least one little girl and that is watching my content to, you know, just feel the same. Feel like this world doesn't have to be this depressing amalgamation of death and decay and horribleness every single second that we are embodying this planet anyways. And I am very into spirituality, and I am very into growth and gratitude and living the best life that we can live. And I feel like a large part of that portrays in the way that I manifest. So I kind of wanted to share that with you all today. So let's get straight into it. The first thing that I kind of want to talk about with you guys today is that manifestation is genuinely one of the easiest things. As manifestors, as humans, as conscious creators, we get to decide how easy or how hard it is going to be to manifest something. The only reason why something is theoretically difficult for you to manifest is because you have a lot of resistance towards this certain desire. This can be conscious resistance or subconscious resistance. Think of, say, money. A lot of people have a negative relationship with money. They believe that the amount of money that they can earn is equated to the amount of hours worked. They also believe that their relationship with money, whether or not money is evil or money is this positive, abundant thing, whether or not money is scarce in their life, this all dictates how easy or how hard it is to quote unquote attract and get money. Okay, so understand that manifestation at its core is a neutral concept. It is not easy, it is not hard, it is simply what you make it. And you can decide moving forward that manifestation is easy for you. Another way to also put it is that masters of their craft do not really have to try that hard. Think of when you first started driving versus now. If you're a high schooler and you haven't driven yet, then, you know, just get with me real quick. Understand the vibe. When you first started driving, all of a sudden you started staring at the miles on your dash, you started constantly looking around, making sure there was no cars around you, nothing was passing you, making sure that there was no cops on the side of the road, making sure that you are making it on time for your intersection, also following the map on your car, and always paranoid, always anxious, always trying to make sure that everything is okay, that you are perfectly doing what you need to be doing, that your foot is on the gas correctly, that you're not about to kill everyone in your family and in your car. It was this crazy experience that was so overstimulating, and you looked at and you were genuinely just in shock about. Now when you drive, you don't even think about it. Your mind is on autopilot. You do it naturally. You don't even have to think about it anymore. You don't think of the fact that you're going to die every single time you get into the car. You can just live and breathe and activate this part of yourself that just does it naturally, that just drives on autopilot, and it's the easiest, most effortless thing that you get to do in your daily life. That is exactly how manifestation should feel like eventually. If you are just starting out manifesting, obviously it is going to feel like this completely new way of living, this new way of thinking, this new way of living life, because it is genuinely not talked about enough. But anyways, the more that you manifest and the more that you develop the skill of manifestation, the easier it gets, the more natural and more subconscious things start to just naturally flow into your life. It starts to become more of just your identity than it is this habit that you are doing on the daily. Think of trying to also lose weight. When you are trying to lose weight, you are trying to stick to a diet, you're trying to eat healthy, you're trying to go to the gym 5 times a week. You're trying to do so many things that you are not really used to, and it is actually very overstimulating, and it can be really hard, and that is why most people tend to fall off the wagon, because they are pushing themselves way too hard, way too early on. Manifestation can be the exact same thing if you let it. A lot of people tend to fall off the wagon of manifestation. They tend to not really believe in it or commit in it because they basically feel like it is very woo-woo, very spiritual. It only works for some people. It's not meant for everyone. Blah, 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 blah. They have that gene that just makes them manifest easier. You are not special. You are not the difference here, babe. Manifestation is the exact same for you as it is for everyone else. Just because you might struggle with a certain relationship or attachment to something in your life, to an experience you want to manifest, does not mean that it is impossible for you. Does not mean that it is just out of the cards for you, okay? So what do we need to do first on our road to manifestation? Well, number one, obviously we need to decide what we are going to manifest. And I am not going to lie to you guys, the way that I decide what I'm manifesting is literally through my insecurities and my pain and my trauma. Basically anything that I do not like in my life, anything that I am not happy with, I choose to typically manifest. Yes, I'm all about self-acceptance. I'm all about looking at yourself and being like, wow, I love you, even though like you have so many things about yourself that I don't like. That's amazing, and I love that, and let's keep preaching that, because obviously we need that, because you do need to get to a point where you do accept yourself. But with manifestation, we can change. We can work on these things. We get to shift our reality and be a version of ourselves that has different experiences. So why would you want to put all this work into into accepting these more shadow parts of yourself when you can just work to eradicate them and change them? Oh my God, guys, is this toxic? Just a little. No, but I'm not gonna lie, guys, pretty much anything in my life, whether it's money, whether it's my physical appearance, whether it's a person or relationship, or anything in my life that sometimes is just undesirable, that I'm not really that happy with, I'm not gonna lie, I typically choose to just manifest that, because why am I going to be sitting here doing all this work to manifest something that I already have, or I'm already happy with, or I don't really care about? Like, be for real. Decide what you're going to manifest. And then genuinely, guys, y'all want the freaking secret key to manifestation, someone that's been doing it for 5+ years now? Shift your identity to end up living in the end. There's a million ways to do this, and living in the end is basically just the key to manifestation, because in our universe, everything is made up of energy. Your emotions are energy in motion, okay? Everything is a frequency, and everything has a certain vibration attached to it. This is also proven through quantum physics. This is in science, and I'm not going to go that deep into it because most of y'all are not here to get a lecture about that. If you want to manifest anything in this life, you have to match yourself on the vibration of it. You have to be living in a certain state of a being so that this desire matches with you, so it can just into your life. Because let's say, for example, you're trying to manifest money, but you are on the vibration of being depressed, of being broke, of never having enough, of always having scarcity and living paycheck to paycheck. The idea of you living in a reality where you are abundant, where you are attracting so much money, where you are literally the wealthiest person that you know, is so inconceivable that it is just simply not going to happen, okay? Now, there's a million different ways, techniques, methods, universal laws that everyone likes to use to manifest. There's the law of attraction, the law of assumption, the law of polarity, the law of, I don't even know, cause and effect. Just there are so many things out there that you can theoretically use, but at their base core, all of them are teaching the exact same principle, is to just live in the end. Live as if you already have this desire and act as it, so that you almost gaslight the universe into just giving you it at that point. Okay, babe? The way that I typically like to do this is I like to hype myself up to match the vibration. So what am I talking about here? I like to blast my music. I like to listen to my subliminals. I like to walk into the gym with my sexy little clothes on, feeling so good about myself. getting to the point where my vibration is so high, where I look at myself and I'm like, I am the shit. I feel amazing. My life is literally so good, to the point that if I all of a sudden thought of money or a partner or a best friend or my dream body, I'm just like, obviously I have it. Like, look at me. I'm literally doing amazing. Like, my life is amazing. And so I get into that state naturally by just doing things that I love, living in gratitude, abundance, just having fun with life. That naturally manifests positive experiences and your manifestations easier into your reality, okay? Now, if y'all wanted a more technical way to do manifestation and kind of just do the same thing but in a different font, I would say saturate your mind with your desire to the point where it just naturally will begin to flow into your life, and it is realistic and comfortable for you to think of it and feel it in the way that you want. By saturating your mind with your desire, I basically mean do affirmations, guided meditations, subliminals, visualize what it is that you want to have, live as if this person, if you can sit here right now and question, what would it feel like for me to have this manifestation? What would it feel like for me to have my dream body, to have the money in the bank account, to have this dream job, to have the clear skin? What would that feel like? If you can feel that way, stick with it. And the longer that you stick with it, the more you persist with it in your mind, the more you are saturating your mind with that thought and that feeling, the more natural it is for your subconscious mind to perceive it as real and as true, and the easier it will be to manifest it in your life. Another thing is that the subconscious mind is literally there to keep you safe. If you think something or if you feel something that makes you uncomfortable, that puts you in that fight or flight state, let's think all of a sudden you're trying to manifest $1 million and you've been broke all your life. That $1 million is going to make your heart start racing. You're going to be like, oh my God, what am I doing with this? Oh my God, that's so much money. How fast is my life going to change? What am I going to do with it? What house am I going to buy? Where am I going to move? Like, oh my God. You are never going to manifest that because your subconscious mind literally associates the thought of having that manifestation with fear, with scarcity, with trauma. So what you need to do in that sense is saturate your mind with it slowly and surely so that it gets to the point where it is comfortable for you to feel that way towards money. Think of the $1 million in your mindset and be happy with it and comfortable and be like, yeah, that money's mine. It's on its way, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to have it in like 2 months from now, blah, blah, blah. That is how we get to the point of manifestation, okay? You need to know that it is on its way, and you need to live your life presently as if you already know that it is happening and that God or the universe or even your freaking spirit guides, whatever, is doing the work behind the scenes to simply just attract it into your life. If you act as the person that has your desire and you match them on that vibration and you are living in the end and you are saturating your mind with it, any one of those 4 things, you will naturally and inevitably end up on the path of having that experience and that desire in your life, okay? That is literally like, that is why I say manifestation is so easy, because for me, that is genuinely just A plus B. You are the person that has this thing. You do the things that they do. You act the way that they act. You think the way that they act. So in what reality would you just not have that? You know what I mean? Like, you are matching the vibration of it. You are living that life. You are doing the things that you need to be doing to tell the universe, to tell God, to tell whatever you want to think about is out there esoterically, that it is natural and that is coming to your life and that you are ready to receive it, okay? Get into that receiving state, ladies and genitals. Another thing is that you need to fix your damn mind and control your damn thoughts, okay? The states in my life where I am most depressed, where I am not manifesting, where I'm not making a lot of progress, and trust me, there have been many, because we are human. This is natural. That's like what we do. We go up and down because life just doesn't want to fucking make it easy for any of us sometimes. Has always been when my thoughts are out of control, when I am spiraling and the idea of controlling my mind and not being depressed is just inconceivable. So what do we need to do? We need to cut out smoking and drinking. Yes, talking to half of y'all that are probably watching this. You need to stop, because this is the thing that not a lot of us think about, is that when we smoke weed, when we take an edible, when we have that THC entering our bloodstream, entering our system, and not a lot of y'all are gonna hear this, but let me hold your hand while I continue with this and just stick with me for a second, okay? You are fucking over your dopamine and your attention span, and that is literally your brain, and your mind is what is being used to manifest your reality, okay? So if you are fucking over the very simple system that is already there to help you create your reality, then at the end of the day, it is going to be 10 times harder for you to get on that vibration, stick with that thought, persist, meditate, do anything that you need to do to reprogram that little subconscious mind up here that you actually have that desire and to live in the end, okay? You are literally making making it harder for yourself. And I know that a lot of times it comes from struggle, and I know that there was a lot of different reasons. Fuck, we have all been there, babe, but I am the person to help you to simply say, stop. Enough is enough. If you want to be serious about manifesting, if you want to be serious about your life and get to where you want to go, get to where you believe you deserve to be at, then cut that shit out, okay? Because after a month, you are going to realize how much easier it is to control your thoughts, how much easier it is to tell yourself you are beautiful, that you are worthy of love, that you have what it is that you want to have, and how much easier it is to persist and not feel like you're falling off the wagon every time you try to start a new hobby or start a new freaking adventure in your life, okay? And at its core, these acts are also just low vibrational. They are unhealthy, they are not good for you, they are not natural, and thus it is naturally lowering your vibration. And as we all talk about in the manifestation community, you need to be on that certain vibration. Now, I am also going to get into a very valid point right now here that I will literally die on this hill for. You need consistency over perfection when it comes to manifestation, because as we have all been talking about, you know, be on the vibration, do certain things, but it is literally unsustainable and honestly just kind of dumb to think that as humans we can just match this vibration of bliss 24/7 and be all the way up here high as mighty and, you know, we are so beautiful, we're so confident, blah blah blah, 24/7. Like, that is just dumb. Any person that tries to preach, oh, you need to always be at this high vibration and sustain that 24/7, like, they are just dumb and they don't actually know what they're talking about, okay, babe? Or they are just living their perfectly little bubbled away life and that works for them. And if that works for them, I love that for them. I literally love that for you, because that, like, you're inspiring me. Let's start living like that more. But we are human at the end of the day. We are going to have spouts where we are really depressed, really negative, really going through it. And we are also going to have moments where we are really happy, where we are doing amazing. The goal is to work on our consistency and on our baseline, okay? Because every single day that you wake up, you have a natural baseline. Before those thoughts, before your identity all comes flooding back into your mind, you have what is known as your emotional baseline. This is kind of just how you feel when you're more in that alpha theta brainwave state, when you are just living your daily life and you're not really doing very much. You're not doing anything that's stimulating you, making you super happy, but you're also not doing anything that's making you depressed. You're just kind of living. That is your baseline frequency, okay? What we want to do is we want to start naturally increasing that. Because let's be for real. When I was really unhealthy, when I was overweight, when I was depressed, my natural baseline was all the way down here. It was in like the negative 4,000 frequency, okay? But when I started to work on myself, when I started to love myself deeper, when I started to respect myself, when I started to follow my dreams and passions with literally unapologeticness, when I started to just live the life that I want to live, and give myself the opportunities and experiences that I so deeply craved, my baseline naturally improved. It didn't matter whether or not I was consistent, whether it was perfect. It literally just naturally went from that negative 4,000 state more to like the 1,000 state. And now we're back in that positive range. The goal is to just be, if this is the flat line and you're either below it or above it, the goal is to just be above it, you know? And if 2 months ago you were like right here, the goal is to just be a little bit higher, okay? And the way that we do that is by just living the life that we want to live, being happy, working on ourselves, working on our goals, making progress, because as humans, when we make progress, we are happy, okay? When the tribe and the huts are being built and we are safe from the tigers coming after us, we are happy. We are very simple creatures in that way, okay? So just do things that make you happier, do things that make you just feel better, and you will naturally begin to attract those things in, okay? And lastly, show gratitude to yourself, to the universe, to blah, 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 whatever you want to believe in, when your manifestations do come in, because trust me, honey, they are inevitable. They are coming in. If you consist on this path and persist down this road, you will have them. It is literally inevitable. That is how manifestation works at the end of the day. But as well, use your successful manifestations to reinforce your belief in your A identity and B, your belief in manifestation, because a lot of people struggle to really believe in manifestation, believe it's real, believe it's something that actually works and that changes people's lives, blah, 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 because they have not experienced it before. That is like talking about the experience of sitting in a limo if you've never done it before. You're kind of just like, oh, I guess I can like see how that would feel, but like, I don't really know. I don't really care. Like, why would I put so much time and money and effort into this? Because I don't even know what it's about, blah, blah, blah. Same exact thing, okay, babe? Every time that you manifest something, even if it is so small, even if it's you being like, my mom is bringing me home McDonald's, and I feel like what it's like to have McDonald's and I'm living my best life, and then they bring home McDonald's. even something like that, use it to reinforce your belief in yourself, in your power, in your respect for yourself, and in your belief of manifestation. And the more that you do that, the more that you consistently build up your belief in the concept, the easier it will be for you to manifest. And you will one day get to the point where instant manifestation is literally a second language for you, and everything acts on autopilot. Going back to my very first point, the more that you develop your skill of manifestation, the easier it will be for you to manifest, and you don't even have to consciously think about it. Most of the time, I am literally affirming, I am feeling what it is like to feel with my dream body, with my dream partner, with my dream job, all of these things on a daily basis. It is not even this task that I'm really trying to do. It's literally just who I am at this point, where I'm like in the mirror and I'm just like, oh, okay, you're so beautiful. I literally love you so much. Like, you're living your best life. Or I wake up and I see all my little vision boards, or I am journaling, or I am meditating, or just doing these daily habits. That's just my identity. So that is the goal. Forge it into your character, and it will naturally begin to be on autopilot for you. You don't even have to try anymore. And that is the best feeling ever, when your life just naturally improves, where you just get better and you're living a better reality and a better existence on this planet, and you're not even trying, you're not even doing anything. Delicious. So anyways, guys, I hope that was enlightening, was helpful, was everything y'all needed to hear at this point. That is going to be it for me today. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that you found this video educational. If you did not, I at least hope you found it entertaining, because that is always important. And yeah, I hope that you guys have an amazing rest of your day and an even better life. And I hope that all of your manifestations and your dreams come true. Okay? And they will. Just keep at it, babes, and y'all will literally get it. It is the minute that it clicks for you, you are literally going to be like, wow, this crap works. Let me commit all my time and energy into it, because it's real and it's literally changing my life. And that's on period. All right, guys, but seriously, have a great day. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.